Why does a man stare at you but never approach you? I made a video talking about this before, but some of you are new here, so I thought I'd spin the block. So the first thing to understand is that if men are going to do anything, men are going to stare. I always tell you, the same women that a lot of women are programmed to desire love and relationships above all else, that is the same way that a lot, if not most men, are programmed to desire sex before all else. So the first thing a man is looking to see when interacting with women, and often almost subconscious, is whether he's sexually attracted to her. Now, men are cheap hoes, so it's all based on face value. And the thing about women in men's eyes is there's so many of them. There's so many different types. There's so many different heights. There's so many different weights. There's so many different skin tones. There's so many different accents. There's so many different eye shapes. And when it comes to sex, men want to try every variety in as many different mixes as they can. And yes, men will sleep with you because they find you attractive, but it's not even just the surface level attraction. Ladies, let me break it down for you. A man might want to sleep with you because you're tall and he's short and he just wants to see how it is sleeping with a tall girl. You might be bandy-legged and a man might just want to see how it is sleeping with a bandy-legged girl. You might have big lips and a man might want to see what it's like with your lips. Like, I'm being very intense here because I want you to understand how crude of a level men think about sex on. So by higher programming, a man will always be looking to see if something attracts him. Maybe not with the conscious thought, but that's just how he's programmed. So men look straight. Men look at you even if they think you're dating, they will look. Now, another reason a man might look but not approach is because he is not allowed to approach. So maybe he has a wife, maybe he has a girlfriend. Side note, there are some sleazeballs who have a wife and girlfriend and are not supposed to look and not supposed to approach, but do so anyway. I'm not talking about those ones. But God is watching you. Anyway, a lot of men in relationships who don't necessarily want to cheat on their girlfriends or in a position where they can't in peace will look. And because they're getting that same energy back from you, they will want to cultivate that energy even though there isn't an actual conversation there. Because one thing men love being around is sexual energy. They love being around females for that energy. So if you are having that energy with a man, even though he knows it's not going to go any further, some men enjoy being in that energy. Another reason men will look but not approach is because they want you to approach them, honey. Jesus, when are you coming? They want you to seek them out, ask about them, ask, who's that? Oh, who's that? Or, find out, research them or slide in their DMs or like their page. They want to instill that in you. So they feel like staring gives you enough juice to be fired up to do that. And a lot of the times, what's behind that is men know they're setting you up. So they know that they just want to experience you sexually, but they don't want to pursue you because then it's like they pursued you. So then they look that bad guy. But if they let you pursue them, then when it happens and everything's done, but they're like, you came and spoke to me, you came and did this. Or they have a partner that, they're not supposed to go out and look for, but then they will give you enough juice through the staring so that you approach them. So then when you find out what you find out, or when they tell you, I'm in a relationship, but I didn't approach you, you approached me. So it automatically gives them like this get out of jail free card. Now, men will try and hit you with but what if I'm shy? Oh, so you're going to let her make you not approach and then you're going to miss your blessing. Women want to be equal. Women want to be equal now. Baby, if you don't go chop a log of wood and stop yapping. Women, let me tell it to you direct. Men want you to shoot your shot at them because they think then that you are more open sexually and you are going to be quicker to get in the bed. I don't know if that's true or not, but the fervent desire for which men want to be approached makes me think that it is. Let me tell you, as women, we do too much to be shooting our shot. These men are not doing enough to be sitting there waiting for somebody to come and shoot their shot at them. If you watch my videos, I always say women are who men think they are. It's so funny. Women do everything that men do and then more just by their biology. So the having the babies, the time of the month, all that, but then also paying the bills, navigating a house, looking after a house, looking after children, going to work. Everything that men do, women do. So, and it's so contradictory because men will say they want to be approached, which, let's be for real, is beta. Then as the approach of the woman becomes an alpha, then they will say they don't want an alpha woman in the home. They want a woman who's submissive and like, make up your mind, baby boy. So women, the first thing you need to understand about men is they are always contradictory. So you guys be coming on my page talking about, oh, this contradicts what you said in the other video. I know, we're talking about men. It's always going to contradict, but it doesn't mean those two things can't be true at the same time. The reality is I am very scared, as should you be, of a man who takes the rejection of a simple no, thank you, I'm not interested, so to heart that it has broken him to the fact that he can never approach another woman again. It's giving, you need therapy, because it's not that deep. But women, we're falling for it every single time. Stop shooting your shot at these men. It is a dangerous game you're playing. And yes, I know there are some women who have shot their shot and life is good. But that is why I always say, and I'm saying it right now, to end, there is always an exception to the rule. For best results, assume it's not you.
Women are going crazy, guys, because they can't figure out why you're not going up to them anymore. Guys' eyes are wide open now, right? They're wide open. And they're starting to say, well, you know what? I used to think it was worth it for me to just put myself out there all the time because, you know, I wanted to take a girl out. But now I'm realizing you got the gold diggers, you got the women who want the free meal, you got the women who expect me to do everything, but in return want to do nothing. You got women who are saying, what do you bring to the table? But when you ask them, they get insulted. You got women who don't, you can't even talk. You talk about, you know, oh, yeah, you had 400 boyfriends before and you slept with all of them. You know, they get defensive. Maybe I just don't need to pursue women right now at all. That's what's happening. And I'm not saying that's good, by the way, because ultimately I'm someone who believes in, you know, men and women complementing each other when men are in their masculine and women are in their feminine and coming together and making a big, beautiful family. But this is the reality that's happening right now. And I understand why. Guys have had enough. So ladies, you want it to change. Instead of making a stupid TikTok video and complaining about it, act different. Act different. Look at your life and say, am I prioritizing stuff that guys don't give a lick about? And then complaining that they don't give a lick about me? Have some self-reflection in the game. Is my attitude shitty? Did I make 4 TikTok videos, you know, ripping on a guy the other day that I went out with, and now other guys are looking at that saying, oh, I'm not getting in line for this one. Self-reflect instead of bitching about it. Oh, well, he doesn't want me because he doesn't appreciate a woman who makes a salary like blah, 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 blah.
Please bring back men offering to buy you a drink at a bar.
And why should we do that? Can someone not afford their own drinks?
Like, as a grown man, why are you sitting here talking to me for 5-6 minutes and you have not said, like, oh, hey, what are you drinking, or sent a drink over?
Well, now here's a thought. Maybe, just maybe, the gentleman was just simply enjoying the initial conversation that he was having with a woman that he just met and was just caught up in the moment of getting to know someone better, that it hadn't occurred to them that someone was already viewing this potential relationship in a way that could be transactional, so that someone could get something out of it.
Like, it's common sense.
Oh? Well, I would certainly like to share with someone what else should be considered to be common sense. And that would be not having an attitude that reeks of entitlement. Because in most situations, that is considered to be not only unattractive, but also rather rude. But then again, common sense really isn't common.
You plan on moving to ATL, make sure you bring your own man with you. For any woman that likes men, make sure you bring your own man with you. I'm letting you know that in Atlanta, the men is scarce. So if you come here, you think you're looking for a relationship, this is not the place to come to. I'm letting you know this. This is Black Hollywood. Most men are into themselves. Okay? Everybody thinks they're a celebrity. Everybody. 95% of the men are gay. And 50% of those are married. And the other ones, the rest that's left, they know that it's 30 women to every one man. So they use that to their advantage. And the women that do have men, they're so territorial over those men that if you even, hey, speak back to them, they are ready to, I'm talking about, charge at you. Like, it's crazy up here. And then people that's from Atlanta will say, oh, no, well, that's not true. I'm telling you, I've been here for 3 years. Atlanta is the one place that you'll come and you'll find a whole slew of successful, beautiful Black women that's single. single, millionaires, got money, beautiful, businesses, single. You know why? There are no men here in Atlanta for the women. Most of them like men, and there's nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I want to be realistic with you before you decide to come here and thinking that, yeah, I'm going to go to Atlanta, I'm going to find the love of my life. It's not going to happen here. This is not the place for love.
So apparently Home Depot is the place to meet someone, and so I'm patiently standing there waiting for my future hubby to come talk to me. But then my siblings show up, and then it was time to go home. I guess we'll never know.
Where are the women pushing 30? Where do we find good men at? And I'm not talking about the club. And I hate dating apps. Where do y'all find single men at? Where are the single men? Because everywhere I go, I'm seeing taken men.
I never thought it would be this hard to find a situationship. Like, I'm not asking for much. I am asking for the literal bare minimum. The barest of minimums. I thought that was every man's dream. I had a man the other day say, hey, I'm just like not looking for anything casual. Requirements. I just want someone to hang out with once a week on the weekends. 2, we don't have to text like that much at all. Like, I don't really care. Doesn't have to be that much. 3, I have to enjoy your presence and hanging out with you. And we can watch movies and hang out. But like, that's it. I'm not asking for much.
Where are all the cute single men in Chicago? Because every time I find a cute guy, he's either married, has a girlfriend, or something, right? He's not ready for a relationship. And it's just like, where are all these guys that are ready for relationships, you know? I am looking for candidates for my speed dating event, and I really want to host 2 of them this upcoming month in July. So hopefully I'm able to do that. But I need more men who are single, who are ready for relationships, who are legit, who are intentional.
Full of women. It was like 10 men in there. And like half of them was with their girlfriend.
I do have a question for y'all. I hear a lot of men saying they're giving up on women, and I also hear a lot of women saying they no longer want to deal with men. But every time there's a single mixer, all these women show up and no men show up. So somebody lying. I mean, somebody lying. This ain't adding up.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
If all of these women are so-called tired of men, sick of our garbage, don't want to deal with us anymore, don't want to get married, decentering us, why do these women keep showing up to these singles events knowing that the men aren't going to come?
Why? Why?
Our objective day for Fib is go up to a random and ask if she can have a selfie with them. You're going to try She said that's my husband. She's getting with the husband. Oh my god, she's like, that's my husband. Goes, wait, that's my husband. I said, oh yeah. She goes, yeah, he's good. Did you want to get a selfie? Yeah, I got a selfie. Oh, dude. And I was so uncomfortable. I wanted to get out of this. And she's like, that's my husband.
Just wanted to let you know that you're really cute. And I was wondering if maybe I could get your number, go out sometime. No, he's with me. He's with me. But like, if you weren't though.
But he's with me. He's with me though. No, you can't get his number because he's with me.
But like later you might not be physically with her though.
Do you not hear what I'm saying right now? Like, he's with me, okay?
But he might not want to be later.
He's gonna always want to be with me.
If we all collectively ignore men, stop dating, stop giving them any time of day, not chatting with men, not flirting with men, not kissing, not being intimate with men, do you think they will all come around and start doing like courtship and stuff? I would like to see this being done in a trial.
Well, good news. We already had a trial. It was called Civilization, and it's gone now. You said that you didn't like it because you couldn't be naked outside all the time, and now you can, and I guess you don't like that either since you're being treated as a commodity. This idea that you're expressing saying, what if we don't just throw ourselves at men all the time? We used to call that gender roles. You said they were oppressive. You wanted to make progress by becoming liberated so you could do whatever you wanted, and it didn't turn out to be much fun for you, which we kind of told you already.
These men are having a new girl every day.
She means these men, not these.
There is no shortage of women giving men a chance.
There's a pretty big shortage right here.
So if we all just don't talk to them.
Right, we used to make you do that and there was a whole thing about it.
I'm really curious in what happened.
You don't need to be. We would build stuff and be safe and have families and kids and stuff. Or you could keep saying, give me everything for free and let me do whatever I want all the time.
Notice how there's no female loneliness epidemic? We're like going back to school and becoming the most educated we've ever been in all of history. We're advancing in our careers and climbing the corporate ladder and becoming the breadwinner in a lot of our families.
Turning 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. God, have I even tried? Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything.
We're traveling with our friends and taking Pilates classes and learning how to cook or sew or paint.
I'm telling you, that singleness only hits you at night. When you ripping and running throughout the day, when you at work, when you know, whatever extracurricular activities, when you doing hobbies, when you at the gym, you don't even care about being single. That's not even on your mind. But when you pull up to the house at night and you get in that bed alone, that's when you be like, I really wish.
We are developing ourselves and strengthening our bonds with other women.
Every man who's done with dating, who keeps to himself, who doesn't go out and interact with people anymore, and who just spends all of his time quietly doing his thing and working on himself is a guy who once believed in love, once gave it all in a relationship, once really thought that it was going to work with that one girl, and then got betrayed, let down, cheated on, hurt in some other way, and has now completely given up on love. That is the saddest thing ever.